In other news this noon, protesters are returning to the state capitol today. Security was heightened in advance of today's planned rally to make sure crowds stayed under control. Marches have already begun outside of the state capitol, and thousands more are expected all day today. Protesters say it's not too late for their voices to be heard.
I think as long as we make a presence here, it's never too late. It's never too late, because I think the minute that we say it's too late and give up, then we've lost.
Today's outside protests will come to a head with a large rally planned outside of the Capitol near State Street beginning at 5:30. That rally is being organized by WEAC and a group called We Are Wisconsin. Today's protests come as the Assembly is set to begin debating the state's two-year budget today and could possibly take up collective bargaining rights once again. News 3 political reporter Jessica Arp joins us live from the Capitol with details of what's on the docket for today. Jess?
Well, obviously, the noon solidarity sing-along is going on once again in the state capitol. A lot more folks than we have seen in the last couple of weeks. This is sort of rollover from people outside. But in the meantime, the Assembly, both Republicans and Democrats, have gone to caucus for the afternoon. If they want to put collective bargaining into the budget, they will not be able to do it until 4 o'clock today. The Joint Committee on Retirement Systems must vote on the bill because it falls under their purview, and per 24-hour notice, this meeting was noticed yesterday, they cannot meet until 4 o'clock today. In the meantime, the Assembly did go to the floor to deal with some honorary measures, and lawmakers will go into closed-door meetings for much of the day to discuss their plans for the budget vote. Minority Leader Peter Barca says his caucus will draft some strategic amendments that will deal with Democrats' priorities for the state, but all eyes have turned to the likelihood that collective bargaining will make a return to the floor. The Assembly Speaker saying unless the Supreme Court deals with the issue by this afternoon, they will add it to the budget. But of course they can't do that until this committee takes it up. Now, in that collective bargaining amendment, as it has been drafted, is a few changes. That includes exempting transit workers from these provisions. Federal law requires certain collective bargaining measures to be in place in order to hang on to some $60 million in transit funds for bus systems in the state. But we're also keeping an eye on possible changes to a measure to return some federal broadband money and not allow WISCnet, a broadband service, to provide services to schools, libraries, local governments in the state. That's yet another controversial issue that may see some movement once lawmakers do get to the floor later this evening. But of course, protesters still filling the Capitol today, and a lot more discussion to take place before that may happen sometime later tonight.
A busy day and a familiar scene at the state capitol. Jessica Arp reporting. Jess, we'll see you later tonight. Thanks.